Hello, Minecrafters and Redstoners. I'm Natanus Likens, and today, if you haven't read the title of the video, we are going to be talking about the 2023 Minecon Mob Vote. And, yeah, we got three more passive creatures, and if you haven't heard of what the three new mobs are that we are going to be voting on October 13th, let's quickly go over them and a little bit about them. Then I'm going to do my ranting about why I don't like any of the options. So, yeah, let's get into it. First up, we got the crab. The crab is going to be showing up in mangrove swamps. Not really sure why they're adding a mob specifically to mangrove swamps, but the crab is where it's the crab is coming to the mangrove swamps. It is going to come with a claw item that will allow you to place blocks further. Now, it was not actually stated, but I'm assuming this is some kind of drop item if you kill a crab. Whether or not that means we are going to get a new food source with crab meat alongside the crab claw, I don't know. They didn't say a whole lot. But up next, we got the armadillo. The armadillo is going to be found in the savanna biome. Interesting, this is the second or third time that savanna has been included in some kind of vote. So, yeah, we got Savannah stuff coming up again. Anyway, it is going to drop a item that I still, every time I watch the video, I try to catch exactly what they're calling it, and I don't. But it's going to be similar to the Scoot from Turtles. It is going to be a useful item that it drops. Doesn't really say when, it doesn't say if it drops when it uh, ages up to an adult size, or if it's something that can drop occasionally, or if it's something that has to drop when it is killed. Doesn't really give us a whole lot of information on there, but you can use this particular item to make armor for your pet dogs. Yeah. Okay, next up and last on the list is the penguin. So the penguin is going to be found in the Stone Beach biome. Okay, not what I think of when I think of penguins, but yeah, there are some that do. You can see them on stony beaches. Anyway, it is going to be another passive mob, and it is going to increase the speed of your boat. Yeah, yeah, that's it. It's going to increase the speed of your boat. There's a couple other details that go with it, but I'm just kind of like, that's it. That's all it does. It doesn't even have a useful drop item. So this is the three mobs that we have to vote on next week. Again, I don't like any one of these options, so let's go into it a little bit further. So the crab, with the crab claw allowing you to place at an extra distance. They did not state if this is going to be an additional 1 block, 2 blocks, 3 blocks. All they stated is that it's going to allow you to place a little bit further than what you already can. First off, why do we need an item to do that? That just sounds dumb as probably the dumbest thing I've ever heard of Minecraft trying to add. This isn't Terraria where we got like 1,000 different items, so having this new item that takes up your inventory space, just I don't like the idea of it. And if you're out there watching any of these big time YouTubers who are like, yeah, this sounds like a great idea, but they're also advocating for more inventory space, they're idiots. And I'm going to keep on saying that. Like, if they're wanting extra inventory space and then they're like, ooh, this crab claw that will extend my placement range, I want that. Yet they're idiots. So don't listen to them. This just sounds like a bad idea, bad item. I don't like the idea of the crab at all. So next up, the armadillo with its drop that makes dog armor. Like, what? Okay, so armor for dogs is not really unusual, but it is typically made of the same materials that you would make armor for, humans. Um, so why do we need a special drop from an armadillo to do this? Why can't they just add dog armor, like horse armor, to loot tables? Give us iron, gold, and diamond armor for dogs, just like we have for horses, and add it to the various loot pools that those can be found in. I don't like the idea of having this new useless drop item that really only applies to one thing. And that's kind of saying something too, because of some of the other drops that we got. But this doesn't even make logical sense to me in any manner. I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense, and I think it's a terrible idea. And it's not something that I really see getting much use. Much like the turtle helmet that gives you just slightly longer breathing, underwater breathing. I don't really see much of a use for it. I don't see much of a need to go out and farm this particular item so that you can make it. Uh, and honestly, like, I don't know of many people that go around their world with a dog following them anyway. And those that I have seen are usually in some kind of special PvP type environment. And yes, they can be quite useful, but typically you want more than just one for like PvP type stuff. So I can't imagine trying to farm up enough of this one item to outfit like 30, 40 dogs for me in a PvP arena, especially considering the time it may take to gather this. So I don't like this item. I don't like the idea of the armadillo. I, it is odd to me that they're once again trying to add something to the savannah. So maybe something's coming for the savannah in the future. I don't know, but they're probably still thinking about it. The penguin. Okay, so the penguin, as of right now, does not add anything useful to the game whatsoever. At least with the other two, they add something that has a purpose, that has a use. Even if I don't like those uses or purposes, they at least have that. The penguin does not. The only thing it does is increase your boat's movement speed. Okay, so it's Dolphin's Grace for a boat. Okay, first off, I don't like Dolphin's Grace at all. I find it more annoying than I do useful. And the only real use I've seen for it completely defeats the purpose of having dolphins to begin with. And that is, if you're familiar with Hermitcraft, you've probably seen the super highway that was being built. It apparently has dropped off the face of the planet for season 9. But anyway, it's a combination of different things that allow you to run extremely fast, and it uses Dolphin's Grace as part of it. However, it does it in such a way where the dolphin is never seen and is kept in a very annoying little hole, much like the ones that most of these big YouTubers who do use this kind of thing complain about for villagers. So it just this is something that logically doesn't even make sense to me. How does a penguin affect the speed of a boat? Okay, I don't. This just hurts my head trying to think of it. And yeah, I know there's a lot of quirky things with Minecraft out there, and this just. I don't like it. It just seems dumb. So that's pretty much all I've got to even say about the penguin. It doesn't like none of the mobs impress me from the looks department. The penguin doesn't really impress me at all. The armadillo, they made it. They made the armadillo look very, very, very boxy, which kind of does work, but it just I don't see how they would actually do the animation for the armadillo. Maybe they're taking a page out of the what's that mod pack making a zoo? It's all about you making a zoo. I don't know if that's something that was it Vintage Beef or XB Crafted, one of the two thought up, and then somebody took it from there. But I really don't. I don't even know what those look like. But it seems to me like they're trying to add another passive, useless mob, and none of these feel quite right to me, especially with what they also allow to happen in the game. So the crab really would suit builders the most. The armadillo, that would actually suit PvP players the most. And the penguin, I really don't see the penguin doing much other than giving a cute little mob for female players to have. But it also seems like it is implied to be like an explorer's mob, which really makes me question then if it's for exploring, why is it only found in the stone beach? That doesn't even make sense. First off, why is it in the stone beach? I feel like some of the ice biomes or some of the colder biomes with a type of penguin that is more associated with that is more familiar to people makes more sense. And I don't even get me started on that because I don't really know all the different types of penguins. But typically, you mention penguin, you're not picturing, or depending on who you are and where you are, you're not picturing like a sunny savanna, like warm beach kind of biome. You're picturing something a little bit colder, like there's ice around. I mean, it's a penguin. They're typically associated with ice and cold, not with heat and warmth and all that. So I don't really understand that portion of it. And again, it seems to me like that is supposed to be the explorer's mob. What I will say about all of that is they definitely have a motif going on throughout the videos of this whole kind of explorer vibe going on. Like they want to evolve Minecraft into something that's more about exploring, which I think is the wrong move. Minecraft, for however long it's been around now, I've completely lost track. I probably could have pulled that up and have it in my notes that I'm looking at as I'm doing this, but I didn't. It's mostly been about base building and building in general, whether that be competition builds or like map builds, but the game has been focused on building more than anything. So I feel like the moves that Mojang has made towards making it more about exploring is completely wrong. Like, dead wrong. They're going in the wrong direction. I don't know why they're trying to go in that direction. And one of my reasonings for this is the loot tables in Minecraft. And you guys have heard me say this. If you've been around my videos for a while and you've seen a bunch of them, you've listened to me chat about stuff, Minecraft's loot tables suck. Their loot in game is terrible. There's nothing really worth going out and exploring and looking for. There really isn't. There's nothing to go find. You're better off building farms to farm up different pieces of gear, different items, such as like gold farms, piglin trading farms, that kind of stuff. It's really not advantageous to go exploring. Like, you're not going to find a whole lot of anything worth value, especially considering what little bit of loot there actually is in the game. Now, what I mean about that is actually like gear and such. So, the gear in the game that you can find is absolutely terrible. I mean, Minecraft is not Terraria with all of the various different types of gear pieces with increasing damage on all those and different purposes for all those, such as being able to survive poison, being able to survive fall damage, and stuff like that. Minecraft has a very small pool of gear. So having a focus on exploring and going off and finding things is great if you give us a whole bunch of things worth finding. And so far, they haven't done that. So this whole idea of trying to push players into exploring the game more seems incorrect to me. They need to be focusing more on giving us more stuff to build with, and like colored blocks, blocks in different shapes, and things like that. Like, how long has it been that we have been wanting them to add in stairs and half slabs for concrete? How long has it been that we've been wanting vertical slabs in the game so that we can make a little bit thinner walls for our bases? It's stuff like that that I think they need to focus more on instead of this whole, we want you guys to go exploring and look and find stuff. There's nothing to find in your game, Mojang. There's nothing. Like, if you want me to go off and find a diamond sword in a random chest, yeah, I could do that. And it may be 30, 40 of them before I find like a decent one. But even then, it'd be a little bit quicker for me just to either get the diamonds, make a sword, and then enchant it myself using the randomness of the enchanting table, or farm villagers for enchanted books. And either way you look at it, I'm one, going to get it a little bit quicker, and two, I'm going to be able to put anything and everything I want on it. Which is one of the reasons why, if you've seen the past video where I talked about the fact that I don't like the experimental change of having enchanted books being sold by specific types of librarians, I find that very unintuitive and not even worth it in the long run. It seems like it's going to be more troublesome to do that, which is why it's part of the reason for now I've decided that 119 is where I'm going to stay. I am not going to go past 119. 120 for me was definitely not an improvement. Probably the only thing in 120 I'm missing right now is the new version of signs and the hanging signs. That is about it. And 121, as details have not been revealed yet, it seems like they're going to be focusing on things being out there for you to go exploring and go get, like they did with 120. So I don't feel like any of that is worth it yet. The trims, definitely did not like the trims. The idea of the trims and how they work is just mind-bogglingly bad to me. Like, I don't know who greenlit that. And then you've got the mechanic of how you take diamond armor and upgrade it to netherite, where they added in an extra step for no reason. That makes no sense to me that they even changed that. But yeah, hopefully we'll find out some more details before MineCraft Minecon for 2023 comes out on October 13th. But for now, that is just how I feel about the mob vote and a little bit of things around it. I'm curious to find out what you guys think, and leave a comment down below, and I will see you guys next time on the other side of the rift. Bye.